this scene just totally stuck out to me, to where I think right after I seen it, I don't know if I called you, text you, or maybe the next time I saw you, I was like,
we have to talk.
I go, the hallway scene, and you already knew right away.
Scuba's introducing the hallway scene. I think this is going to be, I was actually, fun fact, this was going to be my next week's one. So we're both going to love this one.
And definitely a different scene for me as far as last time I did Godfather. Opening scene, building up characters, way slower, cinematic, whatever, lighting. This one, I went to, like we said, it was just straight a memorable scene that I'll never forget.
So last week we both have talking and very much acting.
Yes.
Both of us this week have action with no talking.
Action, no talking.
That's funny.
So without further ado,
I'm gonna try so hard not to hijack this from you, bro.
No. Go right ahead. Okay. First off, I know you're gonna have a lot more to say about this scene than me.
Oh, it's perfection.
Yes. So right away you could tell, obviously, what sticks out is the one shot, the camera. It's all continuous, no cuts, nothing, one shot. They call it a oneer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that's what,
go for it.
What I was going to tell you is, so one, I love that he puts his hand on there because that's kind of how he's seen, you know what I mean? He's listening to how many people are in the room, blah, blah, blah. But when so he walks in, and when the door started shutting, I was like, I remember my feeling, bro. I was like, what is this? And then when the camera started backing away, I was like, oh my God, they're going to do a oneer. I was so excited, dude.
Isn't it something too to where I just when the camera's on something and the action's happening in a room and then it comes out, I think that's okay.
I do like.
Let me ask you this though. So when the door comes out,
so see, he's gauging how many people are in there and everything. You know what I mean? Where they're at. He's like, here we go. Poof, poof. See, when the door shut, I was mad, dude.
Why?
But then when it went like
awesome.
this,
Awesome, yes.
I was like,
I loved
it. Okay, but I may. How much do you want me to break down for you, man?
So there is something. Okay, hold on.
The microwave. It's so.
Do you think they planned the door to be like that?
Yeah. Oh yeah, man. Everything is completely. So what I think happened right there, one of those stunt doubles took the camera. But there's also, I hate to do this to you, there's also cuts. This ain't a real oneer, right?
It's a oneer.
No. There's a couple. Do you want me to show them to you already?
This is what we're
That's
here
what I was saying. I don't want to kill it for you, though, because it's still super talented.
Okay, so pause real quick. The scene is what it's all about. We're trying to show you the scene. It's a great scene.
It's a great scene.
Yes. Whether you know more about the scene than me or I know more about the scene than you, that's what I want. Like, let's talk about it. Enlighten us.
I just don't want to take it away from you because it's still just as magical as a oneer. But I'll tell you, there was already two by the time we're starting over right here. So right here, just for the camera's sake, since you can't see the screen, he's putting his hand on the door right now. And now, okay, watch. It's hard. They did a good job. Watch. Okay, he went into the room. The door's about to shut. Cut. That's a cut right there, bro.
Why?
Because now they're getting ready for all of this. You know what I mean? Do they have to? No, it may not be.
No,
but that would be a time to cut.
But I don't think it was.
Bro.
Because there was no need to cut at that point.
Yeah, but it could have been a whole different day, bro.
No, I read up about it. They said they did it.
Bro, there's definitely not a oneer. Because when they go in front of him too, anytime you're going in front of a dark space, that's perfect. Because then all you do is, once again, the next day you pick back up in a dark space and you start turning it.
But I think they're doing it not to do another cut. I think it makes it more realistic.
Oh yeah, 100%. But also you have to think of the practicality of this. Like it would be, and I get that you're like, no, but that's what makes it amazing. Yes, but they just were very creative to make it look like that.
So have you done any research on the scene or no?
Yeah, I'm almost positive, because it's been 9 years now, but I'm almost positive that they did come out and say, okay, there's a couple of cuts. I'm pretty sure. I may be wrong, but I'm pretty sure.
Even if there was, great scene.
Yeah, no, that's why I said I don't want to take it away, dude. It's really good. Watch, look at this. That was probably a cut, bro. And you know what, dude? Two things that stick out besides the oneer. That's the major one. Is it doesn't look choreographed, even though it's insanely fucking choreographed.
Oh,
like
yeah,
it would have to be. They probably practiced this for months.
Okay, you're spot on right there. It looks so realistic that it doesn't look choreographed.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then I love that.
Even
Look,
to the guys were like, yeah, they're barely getting up.
they keep on like being humans.
Yes.
They're like, oh my god, we're fighting for our life. You know what I mean? Yeah, the one of those people. I bet it was the guy with the. I bet you anything. The guy that got hit with the microwave was a cameraman, because somebody got the camera over the door.
The microwave one, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Classic.
That guy goes that way. Look, he's trying to scoot out of the way. Do you see him?
Yeah.
This guy, poof. Where does he fall? Nope. He falls on the other side, so maybe it's
The guy with the
guy.
gun, that guy. Watch, the guy that comes out with the gun. That guy back there. See, I was kind of like...
Yeah. He's like, So look, someone had to get the camera right here after the door, and it almost like speeds up a little bit. Doof. Those that. Poof.
What else sticks out when you're watching this?
The stunt double switch was perfect. Because this clearly this is the actor, I think, because somebody switches with him when he falls in the room. That's what that's for. And then you're like, yeah, but why? Because he does a crazy ass like backflip 180 kick, and then he falls back into the room, and that's for the actor to come back out.
So what do you think this is, our actor?
Yeah, this is the actor for sure.
Goes in the room. Crazy stunt right here. No, what's that still saying?
Yeah, no, it's this room over here. I do like I also like they did a good job of not everybody coming to him at once. Because if you ever watch movies, when there's fights with multiple people, a lot of them are standing.
Yes.
This is like kind of like one at a time, but they're doing it smartly, so you don't feel. Look, I love that rest. Like, oh my god.
Because you have to be tired.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was him. That was impressive.
I love how he gets hit because he's freaking tired. They didn't show the last movie did. That one. Oh yeah, they did show it.
See, that's the stunt double.
That was
And then
crazy.
he gets knocked back in there for. No.
For to switch back.
Yeah, to the actor.
Stunt double.
No, this is the stunt double for sure because of that backflip kick. And then the only thing, every time someone talks about this though, they don't talk about almost the best part for a human being, bro, which would be right after this. For superheroes and human beings, everyone talks about the oneer, cool. Everyone talks about the lighting, really good. They talk about the choreographed fight, unbelievable. But bro, let's go to storytelling for a minute. So he walks up to that door after that huge ass thing. He puts his hand on the door and hears that child is scared. So what does he do? He takes off his mask so the child wouldn't be scared, goes in there, and he says, hey, everything's going to be okay. Grabs the kid, and when he's walking out, then he puts the mask back on. When he let that kid see his face to know, like, hey,
yes.
I'm a human and I'm here to help you.
Awesome.
You know what I mean? No one ever brings that part up. I'm like, dude, that was a perfect ending to this scene, you know? And to a superhero.
The score too, huh?
Yeah, dude, Daredevil looks like it was made with $500, but they used it in just the best creative way. Like it doesn't look as sharp as like In-Game or something, but I actually like it more for that. Did you watch all of them, Jessica Jones and the Defenders and everything?
Yeah.
Didn't you like that they were so low budget?
To me, I wouldn't even say it was low. That wouldn't enter my mind because to me it didn't look low budget.
I could just feel like you don't feel like. So I feel like if I was given $1 million, I couldn't make In-Game. But I feel like if I was given $1 million, I could make Daredevil. That's how I look at low budget.
True.
You know what I mean? Not, and I don't want to say it's amateurish at all. That's not what I'm trying to say. It's just I could feel that the money's lower than a big Marvel movie, but I think it helped it. I think they had to be more creative, and I think they went more artsy. Like I just don't feel like Marvel, the big Marvel, Disney, they would never light something like this or even do this scene or anything like this. It's perfect, man.
Perfect scene.
Is that anything else you want to?
No, definitely a scene that's. If you haven't seen it, go see the whole series is really good. Like I said, yeah, definitely a scene. I probably haven't seen it since it came out, and it was still when we decided to do this little podcast. It was definitely one of the scenes that popped into my head. Was like, a memorable scene.
Well, you remember we both said movies are just TV, and I bet it was because we were both thinking about this. You know what I mean?
Because if we're doing TV, we had to include this scene.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, guys,
All right,
let us
guys.
know. You see Daredevil? Hey, they're making a new season. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Disney Plus.
I didn't know that, but thank you.
All right, guys. We'll see you next time.